So a few days ago, I made a video covering a new leak that we got about a Deadlock PvE mode. There wasn't much information at the time that I made that video about what this mode would truly entail. The only information we had based on the leaks is that it would likely consist of missions where you had to fend off waves of new enemy types. These missions were somehow tied to the game's lore and would take place on smaller, contained maps. By completing these missions, players would be able to earn character skins. But when I was checking the news, I saw some brand new information about this PvE mode. The leaker known as Minesweeper gave us a ton of new information about what this mode would be and how far along in development it is. So in this video, I'm going to break down all the new information we got on this potential PvE mode coming to Deadlock very soon. If you're a new player to Deadlock or you've been around the scene for a while now, and you want to stay up to date with all the Deadlock news, leaks, and updates, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Deadlock news and updates going forward. So this is the original tweet from Minesweeper last week. He posted this screenshot of someone in a Discord explaining the PvE mode. They said that Deadlock might feature something similar to PvE, but it will be tied to skins. Something like missions where you have to defend against waves of a new enemy type. This is somehow connected to the game's lore. Kind of like missions set in small locations. I don't know what this will be tied to, but they mentioned it in a recent survey. And then just earlier today, Minesweeper reposted that original tweet and also said this. It's real, and it's 1-to-1 Risk of Rain. It's on a new map/maps, super early along though. Wouldn't be done for months. Kill waves of mobs to get money. Use that money to open boxes and get items. And then when you're strong enough, you can do the shrine. If you're like me and you've never played Risk of Rain is a 2013 roguelike platform game that was developed by Hopoo Games. So if what Minesweeper is saying is true, it sounds like this new PvE mode would play very similar to a roguelike like Risk of Rain. Someone replied to Minesweeper's tweet and said it's obviously hard to estimate, but how committed to this do they seem? Like in terms of it potentially being dropped after some work. Minesweeper responded by saying, the map is just blockouts. Half of it is the default source textures and the other half is reused assets from the main map, so it's hard to tell. But Hopoo is working on something, so it's probably this. Just last year, Hopoo Games joined Valve and halted its development on its new game called Codename Snail. The Risk of Rain developers had suddenly announced a deal with Valve. As a result, the studio will cease to exist as a standalone company. So we can probably safely make the assumption that Hopoo Games was acquired by Valve to help with Deadlock. And if you missed my video from a couple days ago discussing the new cursed items that were leaked, a lot of people in my comments section were actually mentioning Hopoo Games, saying that these cursed items felt very much like their style, and something that could be found in Risk of Rain. Minesweeper also then reposted this tweet from Deadlock Project 8. This tweet is originally from November of 2025. The mode Minesweeper is talking about is real, but they haven't decided when they want to release it. 4 active developers are working on it, and they're doing a great job. However, I can't say that it will come out in December. This isn't the only mode you can expect, and overall, you're mistaken if you think Deadlock is just a MOBA. Deadlock is the peak of IceFrog's creativity. Someone asked Minesweeper, wasn't this about Street Brawl, or do you just mean that last sentence? Minesweeper replied by saying, it's not the only mode. So overall, it seems like Deadlock is going to be getting a lot more game modes in the future. Valve has plans to make this game much more than a MOBA. We've already gotten the Street Brawl mode earlier this year, and we keep getting more leaks about this PvE mode, and who knows what else Valve has been cooking in the background. We know that this PvE game mode has been in active development since at least November, but with the information that Minesweeper has given us, it seems like it's going to need a little bit more time so that it's in a finished enough state in order for Valve to release it. But let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below on this Deadlock PvE mode and any other game modes that you want to see in Deadlock. With this news, it seems like there is absolutely no limit to the potential of Deadlock's game modes, and Deadlock being a MOBA game is just the beginning. Like I say at the end of all my videos, Deadlock is going to continue to grow in 2026, so if you want to stay up to date with all the Deadlock news and updates, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news in the future. I'm on the road to 3,500 subscribers, and I'd appreciate all your help in getting there. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Later.